Hello and welcome to AirgunWeb. My name is Rick Eutsler and this is where we bring you the facts, not fluff. Now I love it when I get asked to shoot guns like today's review item. While often imitated, I've never seen any of the products actually duplicated. Air Arms simply makes some of the best air guns in the world. Today we're going to take a look at the Air Arms S510 Carbine in .22 caliber. Let's get started. The Air Arms S510 action has been around for a while. Now this is the carbine version and it's shorter and lighter than the full-size rifle. It's just over 37 inches where the full-size rifle is nearly 44 inches. And it weighs in at 6.4 pounds versus the 7.65 pounds of the full-size rifle. Now mine came in a beautiful right-handed walnut stock, but you can also get this in an ambidextrous poplar stock. Now, I requested the .22 caliber model and it utilizes a 10-shot rotary magazine. Loading the magazine is very easy and the side lever action cocks the rifle and advances the magazine. It's buttery smooth right out of the box. Now other key features include the transfer port power adjuster, match grade adjustable trigger, Lothar-Walther barrel and integrated barrel shroud, which makes this a very quiet air gun. Now the S510 Carbine does not have open sights, so I've mounted a Hawke 5-15 by 50 Panorama scope. This is a new model for Hawke and I really like the magnification range, X-glass reticle, and incredibly clear optics. It matches perfectly to the S510 Carbine. Now while the S510 is certainly beautiful to behold, its real strength is at the range and in the field, so let's get moving to the really good stuff. The S510 simply loves the JSB pellets. Now I've tested the 15.89s and the 18.13s, and given the really windy conditions, as you can hear it, I mean it's blowing like crazy out here, but given these windy conditions, I've chosen to run with the 18.13s because I think they do a better job in the wind. Now the power adjuster is going to allow you to dial in this rifle from just under 400 feet per second all the way to over 860 feet per second, and that's running with the 18.13s. This basically puts 5.2 foot-pounds all the way up to 30 foot-pounds at your disposal. Shot count is going to vary based on your power setting. At low power, you're going to get like 50 shots with an extreme spread of only about 32 feet per second. When you're running on medium power, you're going to get about 30 shots with that same extreme spread. And when you're running 3/4 to full power, you're going to have about 20 really good shots. This gives you a ton of flexibility regardless of what kind of shooting you want to be doing. Now whether you're shooting at paper or small game, the Air Arms S510 Carbine is not going to let you down. Bottom line is that this rifle sits squarely in the boringly accurate category for me. There's no effort to drop pellet after pellet on target, even in adverse conditions like we have out here. I shot at 25 yards and 50 yards, then took it out for a short hunt around the property. Here's some of that footage. The S510 Carbine is another example of airgun excellence from Air Arms. It's shorter and lighter than the full-size S510, but it doesn't give up any power or accuracy, just a few shots off the top of the shot count. The only aspect of the S510 line that gives me any pause is going to be with the power adjuster. I think it just needs a touch more resistance or potentially indexing detents to make sure that it always stays where you set it. If you're at the bench, it's certainly not a problem, but in the field, it can move on you if you're not paying attention. So when I'm hunting and I'm running at 100%, it's really a non-issue. But if you were dialed in at, say, 3/4 power, you'd want to keep an eye on that throughout your hunt to make sure it's always where you expected it to be. All in all, the S510 Carbine is just a beautiful airgun. Now, I've said the phrase boringly accurate, and I actually got chastened by my wife, who loves the Air Arms, because accuracy is everything. So when I say boringly accurate, realize that's actually a huge compliment for this line. Now, there are many airguns that try and equal the Air Arms for quality, flexibility, and accuracy, but they simply just don't match up. The price is a little bit on the higher end of what we as US consumers are used to paying, but this model actually sits near the middle of the road for high-end airguns and represents a real value for those that are really into the sport. I absolutely love the S510 Carbine, and if you love to shoot paper or small game, I bet you're going to love it too. I'd like to take a moment to thank PyramydAir for sponsoring AirgunWeb in these videos. When you're looking for your next airgun or you're looking to buy your next batch of airgun supplies, please do so at PyramydAir.com and be sure to let them know that Rick sent you their way. When you're looking for real-world airgun reviews, come here to AirgunWeb, where we tell you the facts, not fluff. For now, my name is Rick Eutsler with AirgunWeb. Thanks for watching.